A cone is tilted and cut into two sections, but with the cross-section forming an elliptical shape. See that? Both sides are on the guard plate, hand over two nails, rely on a string, put the pen in, tighten and draw the line, clamp the basal blood point, maintain the tension of the string, and just draw a full circle around like this. See, it easily drew an ellipse. Those two nails just now are the foci of the ellipse. A laser is emitted between these two foci, and no matter how many times the light is reflected by the ellipse, all the light will always remain between the two foci. If the initial laser is outside the foci, no matter how many times the light is reflected, it will not pass through the area between the two foci. A laser is emitted from the center of one focus in all directions, and after reflection, the light will eventually reach the other focus. Using this principle to play billiards, wouldn't that mean hitting the target every time? Let's get started. Just like before, first draw a slightly larger ellipse. We'll make a billiard table that hits the target every time using this ellipse. Based on the drawn lines, use a curve to saw out the ellipse. We don't need the ellipse itself, just the frame. Smooth out any bows, measure the diameter of the billiard ball, and prop up the frame to a height that's half the diameter of the billiard ball. Now it's a wooden board, so it doesn't bounce back at all. If that doesn't work, cut open a rubber tube and later wrap it around the edge, which should allow it to bounce. You need to drill holes and make marks at each focal point. For one of the focal points, use a compass to draw a circle slightly larger than the size of the billiard ball. Again, use a curve to create a clean ball hole, and it won't be cut according to the frame's lines. Carefully apply on the tabletop and similar surfaces. Two people should lay the tablecloth together at an angle. Press it flat with both hands, and then roll and press it to smooth it out. Nail a net pouch below the hole of the ball opening, apply glue to wooden blocks of the same thickness, and stick them around the edge of the shape. Cover with a lid and let it dry. Make a mark at 9 o'clock and test how it works at 9 o'clock. Hey, try again. Hey, it's not right, it's different from what I thought. Oh, I found the reason. The edge of the armadillo, it jumped up, you see? It flew up. I added another layer. And the height of the frame has already exceeded half of the ball. Still not quite right, it feels too high and later the ball can hit over the edge of the hole, do you see that? Still a bit off. No matter how I hit it, it won't go into the hole. Hey, maybe the surface is uneven. Let's try putting it on the ground and see if it goes in. It's still not working. Maybe there's an issue with the rubber strip. It's too elastic. I switched to this professional rubber edge strip, and it feels different. The ball doesn't bounce erratically. The manual precision is still not sufficient. Using computer-aided design along with a laser cutter to process the plywood allows for precise control over the dimensions. These strips are all parts of the pool table frame, and it takes a little over an hour to complete the cutting. Then, glue is applied, the billiard cloth is adhered, and it is nailed down. One person can move around freely, and it's easier to operate if one person holds it steady. If there are places that don't stay in place, spray a little water, and using this type of iron will make it very smooth. Find the right position, set the holes and net pockets, and start assembling the frame, 5 pieces per group. Apply glue to secure them, making sure to align the edges and press them onto the panel to dry. Apply diagonal glue to the back frame, and the glue strips are done the same way. Apply the glue fully. Before it dries, quickly stick the edge strips onto the tail light, and secure them with clips, waiting for it to dry. Apply wood glue all over the tail light, including the corner supports. Apply it everywhere. Once the top panel is also dry, cover it, and it's done. This corner recess is where you test it at around 8 or 9 o'clock. The ball went in, and this ball won't run away. Finally, it's working. There's no problem now. You can hit however you want, it's always a sure shot. See, as long as you hit from the focal point, you can spin it anyway. Hit in circles, even with your eyes closed you can attack, and you can also mark the focal point. Serve from any position, as long as the ball passes through the focal point, it will perfectly fall into the pocket in the end.